Stories help us to understand the world around us. They allow us to laugh, they allow us to cry, they give us the ability to feel and provide us with an outlet to heal. Join me as I get to know some of the amazing people behind the stories that we read in order to truly discover the story that has been hidden within each of us. My name is Bree Smith, and this is the Author Push Talk Show. Welcome to the Author Push Talk Show. I am your host, Bree Smith, and today we have a phenomenal author who has a phenomenal organization. She is a children's book author. Her name is Judith Francois. Welcome to the show, Judith. I'm so excited to have you here today with us. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you so much, Bree. Thank you for inviting me. I'm very excited, and thank you for the great introduction. And, I can't wait for a chat.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So can you tell our viewers just a little bit more about yourself?
Okay. Well, my name is Judith. Like you said, I was born in Haiti. I moved to Chicago, Illinois when I was 11 years old with, my mom and my family. And I've had like a love for writing ever since I was young, ever since I could remember. And so it's always been my dream. I went to college and I got my degree in journalism. And then back after years and years of like trying to write and dreaming about it, I also decided to go to school and get my master's in creative writing. So that experience was amazing, and I've written a lot. And then I also started getting, ideas for these children's books that I also, decided to publish one of them this year. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. I work in Chicago Public School. I have a early childhood education, pre-K. So they're adorable and really sweet. So yeah, and I'm hoping to just keep publishing.
That's awesome. I love hearing that. We need more powerful, especially teachers, people of color going into the field of education, because I feel like we need to be able to teach our own children. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things, especially if you know what's going on in the public school system. They got a lot of craziness that's going on. And I feel like we need more people, you know what I mean, like us to teach our babies the right way and what to do. So I really commend you for that. And then also too, I did not know that you had a creative writing degree. So that's powerful too. So is your children's book your first book that you've actually written and published, or have you written other books as well? Or
yeah, I've written so many other books. I have things on my drive on my computer, but this is the first book that I published is actually my poetry book called Breakthrough to New Beginnings. It's a poetry collection, and I was just kind of really like eager to put something out there, to put some of my poetry and test the waters basically. And then the children's book, this is my second book that that is published. But yeah, I as far as writing, I have a lot of things that I've written, and with the goal to like publish some of them.
Amen. I like that. That's powerful. So can you tell us a little bit more about your children's book, Meet the Three Princesses?
Yes, of course. So Meet the Three Princesses, this is how it looks inside and everything. It is the first book in a series of children's books. It's the Three Princesses series. And so for book number 1, we are introduced to the three princesses. Of course, we see their lives. And also we get the backstory of how they became known as the Three Princesses. And the story takes place in Haiti, my country of birth. And I wanted to showcase the culture. I wanted to show a different side of Haiti that most people are not used to seeing, which is the culture of like, how parents are so caring and loving to their children, and how they just do like sacrifice so much for their kids, and also to show like just Haitian children, to humanize them and show them being kids, and to see that they're just like everybody else.
Right. That is so powerful. Yeah, because I know, I hate to say it, like mainstream media, every time we see pictures of Haitian kids, I either see them like in a garbage dump or in some like, rundown village, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Always needing care. So that's powerful. Like you wrote this book to help empower Haitian children, but not even just Haitian children, also other people, but I
Mm-hmm.
just love that. So that is so powerful.
Yeah, thank you.
So what inspired you to write this book?
There are a few things that inspired me. As I told you, I work in pre-K, and in my classroom, we love books. The kids, like, they love books. We read to them every day, and we try to read diverse books, right? And so what I started to notice was that, like, it was a little bit disproportionate, the books that are diverse versus books that are, with animals, or because I have a very diverse class. I have kids who are immigrants, kids who are from all over the globe, right? So I was kind of thinking about like how our libraries should reflect the way that the kids look and their experiences. So that's one of my inspirations, because I want to see this book in schools all over the country, so that not only American children can see a book like that in their library, but also children of Haitian descent, children who are from different cultures and backgrounds, to kind of see something more positive about themselves. And I also wrote this book for. I'm sorry, I have my allergies. But I also wrote the book so that Haitian kids can also see themselves represented very positively in the media. And that's why it was important to me to translate it into French and Haitian Creole as well, and to send as many books to Haiti as possible. So yeah, I just want children to just be happy, and to see themselves being represented.
Amen. That's powerful. That is so powerful. So I know you talked about it getting translated. Have you thought about translating it in like Spanish and other like languages as well?
Yes, it is translated into Spanish. Yeah, so we're working on putting the Spanish book up very soon, but it is done and everything. So it should be out hopefully in the next couple of weeks.
Okay. It's awesome. I love hearing that. Now, that process of translating, is that hard? Like, are you working with a specific person that helps translate, or do you find different people, and how does that process work?
Yes, for the Haitian and Creole translation, I found a great translator. He's also an author. His name is Jonel Juice, and he translated, both of them for me. He did a wonderful job, and I'm really glad that I found him. He was recommended to me. And then for my Spanish translator, I use Fiverr, but I also use I really was careful about who I choose, and the translator that I ended up working with did a great job as well. So, and she's very professional, and so that's how my process went. So yeah.
Awesome. See, you guys. So everybody out there who is trying to figure out, how do I write a book? Where do I start? Like literally you can write the book, and literally you can use things like Fiverr. I know I've used Fiverr. Miss Judith has used Fiverr, but you definitely want to check people's credentials.
Right.
Check the work they've done. But yeah, definitely use them, because they are definitely an awesome resource. And I love that, because I've never thought about translating my book, but you have actually just helped me. So thank you for that tip.
Yeah.
So what motivates you to write children's books?
Mhm. So to write children's books, I want to help, children first of all, and through literature is one of the most powerful tools that we have to, to help children, to influence them, to help them dream, to help them um, build self-esteem, to help them like understand that they're powerful and that they can like be anything that they want to. So that's really like my number one motivation. I want like children of color, I want Haitian children to see that their life doesn't have to be just exactly one way or anything like that, that they can, dream big. So that's my biggest like motivation.
Amen. I love that. So what was the most fun about writing this book?
Mm, the most okay. The most fun, I have fun like throughout the whole process, like from writing the very first draft and then editing it. And it's so funny how when you write something and then you don't look at it for like a while, and then you come back and you have so many like new ideas and things that you fun. But also another part of the fun for me was like the surprise that revealed at the end of like why they're called the three princesses, because that's actually based on something that I saw in Haiti for real. I don't want to ruin the surprise, but like if anybody's familiar with Haiti and how the buses are or public transportation, like the cars are like decorated in all kinds of colors and um, pictures, like artists just go all out when they're like doing when they're decorating these buses. So that's like that was definitely where I got that from, and it was just so fun to like see that come together and then coming alive with the illustrations. So yeah.
Oh, that is so powerful. I love hearing that. If something just came to mind. Have you like with your books? Because I can really kind of see that like becoming something. Like, have you thought about like doing any animation with that as well, like cartoons or anything like that?
I would love to. I would love to. As it's just that we would need um, I would need a lot of like sponsors and things like that, But that is, I would definitely see that as a long term goal, And with the movie that came out on Disney with Encanto,
No, because
I
that's
was like, oh my God. Yeah, I'm like now aiming like for the highest, the biggest as I possibly can. So yeah, that would be
yeah,
that
because
would be
that's
really
be
cool.
a dope movie. I would love to see that because we have Princess and the Frog, but I'm like, nah, come on, we can do better. That was a good movie though. It was a good movie, but
Yeah, it was
what
good. Yeah.
take. So I love that. So what other, I know you were talking about you have written some other books too. So what else do you kind of have coming down the pipeline as far as books within your series and just a few other, I know you said you were writing other books as well outside of the series. Can you talk a little bit about
Yeah.
that? Mhm.
Yeah. So book 2 and book 3 I've already written in the series for the three princesses. And so, before the year is over, my goal is to publish all 3 books in the series. And then I also have many other children's books that I've written that I'm really excited to put them together and to publish them as well. And right now there are 3 short books that I have written that I'm gonna be working on that next with my editor and illustrators and stuff, trying to put that together to like publish them over the summer. So I'm really excited about that.
Amen. I love that. I love that. So what is like one of the most challenging things you have found to being an author?
Mm. Oh, the most challenging things as an independent author is there are so many things like try not to get burned out because you have to do so much by yourself, like all on your own, right? And then even if you do trust some people, it may not always work out. And then also there's the money aspect of it, because you have to fund your own books. So that's been kind of like the hardest part of, like, for me, of publishing and being an author. Finding the right people, the right budget, and marketing, and also doing it like all at, like, trying not to get burned out, so yeah, but it's like, at the end, it's worth it because it's very fulfilling to me.
Amen. Yeah. I know a lot of people when they first go out, and I know this has been my experience, like when I first started writing books, I'm going out there and I'm thinking like, okay, it's gonna be a cakewalk. And it's like, no, it's like literally step by step, piece by piece, all the money that you have to put into it. A lot of people don't understand that when you become an author, or you sign up to really become an author and publish these books, you have literally signed on to create your own business, right?
Exactly.
And people, if you don't really have business smarts, or you know what I mean, like really know how to navigate that, you will fail. And that's something that I have been learning my past, actually, I think I'm going on 3 years now. Just 3 years of being in this space of writing and publishing and all that. So yeah, and I love too that you have been able to actually oh my God, start like a Kickstarter and a GoFundMe and things like that to actually help, raise money for your books. Because I never thought about that, but that is so powerful. I know one other person who has done that. So can you talk a little bit about that process? How did you start it? Did you work with people to kind of help you build the campaign, and talk more about like how that process was?
Oh yeah. So that was a very really a great experience that I'm glad that I did. But yeah, I actually got the idea from other authors that I met who were doing Kickstarters as well. And so we, I listening to these authors, I decided to do mine because it's like my dream is to publish this book, but the illustrations is what really the main cost in there. So I put together a Kickstarter, and at first, like, I didn't have a lot of people helping me. I had a lot of people who we did Zoom meetings. They gave me a lot of advice and things like that. And like the support was amazing from the community, like everywhere. So that was something that I'm very grateful for. And it was also very hard, because it wasn't 30 days and my goal was $10,000. So a lot of people were like, oh, that maybe, it's going to be really hard to get $10,000 in 30 days. But I did it anyways. And I was out there like almost like every day doing everything that I could to get the word out there, to tell people, to, in Clubhouse, I was doing lives on Instagram, and I was making phone calls, doing Zoom meetings, and just letting the word out there. And it was like very slow in the beginning. And then the last 3 days, that's when I raised the majority of the funds. So it was great, and we raised $10,000, and then also part of that is to get 500 books to children in Haiti. So 500 of this book. This is the book in Creole. Wait, no, never mind. This is the book in Creole, and then this is the book in French. And like I said, the Spanish version is going to be out soon, and I'm really excited about that too. But yeah, it was a lot of hard work. It was intense, but I'm really glad about that I had the experience that I did it.
Amen. Girl, listen, you need to do like a master class or like a coaching program literally showing people how to do that. Because I think like I said, a lot of people don't understand, like I said, that business part, and especially when it comes to finances, because people think like, oh, I'm going to write this book and then put all this money out for this book, and really all you've done is paid your publisher. You're not making any money yet, royalties, because like you said, you have to market. Like, what are you doing to market this book? And a lot of people, that's where they fail. You know what I mean? They don't understand the marketing aspect of things. Media is a big, portion of getting your thing out there. And I love how you went out on Clubhouse, how you were out there on IG, and you were doing Zooms, and you even got on the phone like old school, just picking up the phone like, hey, look, can you help support me? This is the call. I love that. And I think a lot of people need that kind of training, because and that really could help, bring in some more revenue for your book, because I'm telling you, that's where people miss that. They miss that piece of it. And it's like when people can finally learn how to market and sell your book, that is when you're going to be successful. I'm not saying you're going to be a millionaire, but you can actually start to see royalties come in on your books. Like I said, I have a lot of people they're DMing, oh my God, I want to be to the next level. I'm trying to become a 6-figure author. I'm trying to become a millionaire author. That's fantastic. I want to too. But there's a lot of things that go into that. And a lot of it, I hate to say, is finances. A lot of these people are able to go and hire them a good social media marketer, or somebody that can build them a great campaign, and they're out there doing ads and stuff like that. But a lot of it, like I said, it's just a lot of hard work and being willing to get on the Clubhouse, getting willing to do the ad, the lives, and set yourself apart. Like, what's different? So I love that. I really do.
Yeah, and one thing is, like, when you're doing something like that, like if you want to be an author, or if you're doing a campaign for funding, is that you have to get in front of people. You have to get in front of rooms that you did not think you would ever get into, and you just not be afraid, even if you don't think these people are gonna support you or give you anything, but go talk to them anyway. So that's one of my biggest advice that I could give anyone.
Hey man, I love that. I love that. And another piece of advice, and I might shoot myself in the foot for this, but this is so true. I see a lot of authors, and they'll go into these groups in Clubhouse, which is powerful, right? And you market your book, but the thing is, you don't want to just market your book to other authors, because other authors are literally trying to, they're trying to get a couple, You're not going to necessarily care about your book because they're trying to get their book sold. You have to actually go and reach your audience. So actually go into groups that actually fit your audience, right? And then try to promote your books in these groups. Of course, follow the group's rules and things like that. But that'd be my other piece of advice. I don't know, that just kind of hit me.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
But also, I wanted to talk to you before we close, just a little about your nonprofit, and then how people can actually give to your cause.
Okay, so I have this really big dreams to bring libraries to schools in Haiti, and also to build libraries in Haiti as well, and help help the other libraries that are already there and doing the best they can to help them, help support them, and help get them books, and especially books that are written by that have themselves represented. So my nonprofit, I'm in the process of still doing the paperwork and everything, but it's basically going to be about that. And I do have a GoFundMe where people can donate, and if let me see, if you search help a child in Haiti on GoFundMe, it will come up. I'm trying to find the so with that you can help us. You can donate, either any amount will help. And what we're doing is just getting the words out there right now, and working with schools. I've spoken with many school administrators in Haiti, and they all love the idea of just giving us a space, and then we bring them a little library for the children to enjoy. So yeah.
Hey man, I love that. I love that. So is there anybody you would like to shout out on here or mhm.
Yes, I would like to shout out my illustrator. He's also a Haitian American illustrator. His name is Rodney Sanin. I would love to shout out my translator, Jonelle Jus. He's also a great person to work with. And then also, of course, my editor, Naomi Dunson White. She is amazing editor, and I highly recommend if anybody's looking for an editor, you can, search her.
Amen. All right, so we got a minute left. Is there how can people connect with you, like on social media or through email, website?
Yeah. So on social media, you can find me at JudithAnikFrancois.com, my full name. My website is judithsbooks.com. And then my handle on Instagram is Judith Anik Francois. And also my children's books Instagram is judithsbooks.com. You can find it. And Amazon, the book is also available on Amazon if you search it, on Barnes and Nobles, Target, a lot of online bookstores and things like that. So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on today, Judith. It was so wonderful to have you. I would love for you to come back in the future and just talk more about your books and just, the calls and what else is going on. So just thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Well, thank you guys for viewing the Author Push Talk Show today. If you're interested in being a guest on our show, please feel free to reach out to me at my Gmail, which is breesmithglobal@gmail.com. Also, please go to our website with more up-to-date things to do with ministry, to do with the Author Push Talk Show, and other various things that we have on there, children's books. It's breesmithglobal@gmail.com. breesmithglobal at breesmithglobal.com. So sorry. And also check me out on Instagram. My handle is Bree Smith Official. And you can also get a hold of me on Facebook. You can check me out at Bree Smith on my page, or you can go to the Author Push Media Services page. Once again, thank you guys so much for viewing today. Until next time, goodbye.
Bye.